This is The Tribe on 99 FM.
Tribe on 99 FM.
Welcome back to the Tribe exclusive on 99 FM. This time around, and for the past few weeks, we've been going behind the scenes. This time, a man who has worked with the likes of Chuckism Punch to brands like Qonja, as well as one of the biggest artists in Namibia, the Dogg. Knowledg, thank you very much for joining us.
No, thanks for having me.
Now, this is going to be very interesting. You're also well known in the industry as being somebody who talks about things. You don't hold back on the wrongs, the rights. Can you give us a little bit of background?
Okay, basically I'm a music entrepreneur, more focused actually on the creative industries, not just music itself, basically scoping down also into the film industry. As a manager or as an executive producer, you build actually a strategy around the vision of the artist, and that's what many people fail to do. They actually want to dictate things to the artist and actually limit artists. And that's what I try to refrain from.
Let's talk about the industry in general. Now, you mentioned infancy for one. Why are we where we are still?
It starts with the simple things. We have a tendency of actually ignoring the basic fundamentals of the music industry. And here I'm talking about marketing of music. They won't tell you what it is. They won't tell you what is their brand value. They won't tell you about their distribution of music. They don't have any distribution channels in place, for example, and it all starts there.
Wow.
There's lack of interest. Everyone is looking out for their own pocket. Everyone is looking out actually what they're benefiting, because that's the problem we're having in Namibia. What's in for me? It's more about the money that I can see today.
What am I getting
and not
out
what
of
I'm
it?
going to get out 10 years from now, what the next generation is going to benefit from. And that's the problem we're sitting. And there's a lot of people coming into the industry with their emphasis, let me make quick bucks and go. And that's what's killing the industry currently.
The fact that you mentioned the next generation, that's a very, very important part, because, children are so exposed to different types of music this day, and I'm sure that they're out there because they see these things on TV and they dream of those. Those are their aspirations, but there's no foundation in Namibia for that. What's the next move?
We need to get together. We need to identify actually the problems. Once we sit down and identify the problems, then we put up actually strategic measurements on how actually to set up adequate structures within the industry. Look at there's a film commission, for example, that is doing quite good for the film industry. That's why it's growing. Music Commission, which is actually looking out for the industry, setting up different measures, different regulations within the industry. A certain quality of music, your quality need to be of a certain, your music need to be of a certain quality in order to actually make it in the commercial industry. Marketing platforms for music, distribution channels. On top of that, you can look at initiatives like maybe insurance. Insurance is a very important part also of the music industry itself. You're having artists who are always on the road. Do they have travel insurance, for example? These things comes in very handy. And then you hear about an artist dying and they don't even have a simple funeral policy. All these things are actually avenues whereby you can create revenue within the industry.
And imagine the potential it has of contributing economically to this country.
Definitely. The spin-off effect is very high.
What is going on?
We know about these things, but then...
Exactly.
Yeah, we know about these things. We'll be fighting on each other on social media and all.
Wow.
That's where it ends.
What is the one good thing like that? What's the one thing that's good for us right now, if any?
Our artists are very talented.
Absolutely.
Let's not take that away.
Amen.
We have artists who have gone out there,
Amen.
competed on the international stage, won awards, the Cora
And
Awards,
that
the
means there's
MTV
potential,
Awards.
right?
Definitely,
Whole
there is
lot of it.
potential.
Yes.
Our artists are getting on international shows.
Yes.
Elamoto, for example, is doing good internationally. So you cannot tell us that there's no talent. The talent is there, but then it needs to be nurtured at the end of the day.
Knowledg, thank you very much. Please don't give up on the industry just yet.
No, I'm still
like
part
you.
and parcel of the industry, and I'll keep on pushing the local industry.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And thank you so much for what you have done for all these artists. I don't know how much they thank you and whatnot, but thank you for what you've contributed to the Namibian music industry. And we look forward to what it is that you can do for the country in general, musically as well. And we wish you all the best.
Okay, no, thanks a lot.
Thank
and
you.
Keep on pushing Namibian music.
There you have it. So do stay tuned to www.99fm.com.na. Just in case you have missed out on anything, check out our channel on YouTube and follow us for any of the interviews that you might have missed out on. Until next week, 7 to 8, Friday nights, right here on The Tribe. Have a great one.
This is The Tribe on 99 FM.
Tribe on 99 FM.